us labor, peace, and prosperity. And I will swing the bat. You have to swing the bat so they know you have it, so they're fearful for it. If they're not fearful of you, then you are not going to accomplish your goals. It's just as simple as that. We have a choice. By casting your vote, we are setting the pace and the direction for the next 3 years. The choice is ours. We have the ability to make this coming election work for us, our union, and the flying public. Everybody in this room has drunk from deep wells dug by organized labor. A 40-hour work week, sick leave, annual leave, health insurance, just to name a few. The next 3 years are going to be more challenging than the last 3. Together, you and I, and Trish Gilbert as our Executive Vice President, will dig together deep wells for our profession and codify things in law, such as not going over 2 hours on position, such as mandating we get the presidential raises. If someone in the federal sector gets a raise, then the air traffic controllers should get a raise. It shouldn't be incumbent upon some FAA administrator to say, oh yeah, I'm going to give you the raise today. We should be able to codify that in law and dig those wells deep for the new hires, so their next 25 years of this union and this profession is solid, on solid ground, and we keep growing. We need to vote for a proven leader. One who has a track record of delivering results to our membership. One with an unwavering commitment to our members. That is me. I have not taken a break at our darkest time. I have been engaged every day with a strong background in legislative experience, a strong background in LR experience, a strong background in safety. I talk to the media. I talk to the FAA. I will fight your issues. You name it, I have done it for this union. Brothers and sisters, together, you and I, Trish Gilbert as our Executive Vice President. It hasn't been brought up tonight. I thought it was actually going to be brought up. Why are you running as a team? Because for 30 months, I've been in the national office with someone who's a very nice man, but quite frankly, I am completely on the other side of issues on him 90% of the time. And I have worked for 12, 14 months pushing that elephant up the stairs and say, Pat, you got to do this, Pat, you got to do that, Pat, you got to do this. And I thought, how nice would it be to have a team at the national office? Not someone who's going to have a proverbial bobblehead and who's going to agree on everything, but who's going to be interchangeable in talking to Congress, the media, the flying public, the members, who's going to be able to deal with the NEB the same way the President's going to deal with the NEB. Brothers and sisters, together, you and I, Trish Gilbert and our team, vote for us, vote for our future, vote for this union. Visit our website. See who has endorsed us. There's 2 RVPs sitting in this room that worked with both EVPs, and they endorsed me for president. Thank you very much.
I think NACA has a very bright future. Some doors have opened for us, but we haven't yet walked through them. And when it comes to opportunity, you can't stand by an open door waiting for someone to walk through it before you are able to address your issues. That door is open, and it is time for us to walk through it. And in order for us to walk through it, we have to be well equipped. We have to make effective arguments. We have to be willing to adjust our strategies when circumstances change. We have to be willing to create arguments that our supporters can latch onto. We have to recognize that we are going to be fighting for more pay in a time of economic uncertainty that is extraordinarily difficult. If we look like a typical labor union when we do it, we will fail. We need to be more creative. We need to be more innovative. We need to take advantage of these opportunities. We need to walk through those open doors, but we need to do it with tools. We need to do it with the media tools. We need to do it with an effective presence. We need to do it in a way that people come to us. That when reporters are doing a story about the problems in the FAA, they shouldn't only mention PATCO. And we had that happen just a couple months ago. I was going to National Airport and I pulled over and stopped to listen to the report because it was about us. And I waited to hear about NACA. The reason why nobody is listening to us anymore is because they've heard everything we're going to say. We talk about the draconian processes and these horrible work rules, and it's all true, but they've heard it. And in order for us to get that attention, in order for us to seize that opportunity, we have to give them things that matter to more people than just us. We need to talk about how our role in this economic recovery is critical. We need to be able to make arguments that our friends can take to the floor of the Senate, that our allies can take to the press, and we need to facilitate that. And we have a bright future. But we also have to give those tools to our members. Because when we are talking about the issues, we all have to be on the same page. Do you really think there's any reporter in America that wants to hear about dress code? They don't. But they do want to hear about how this airport is delayed because of our staffing problems. They do want to hear about the training programs that aren't allowing people to be successful. They do want to hear about the good, strong arguments we can make, but we have to be creative and smart with those arguments. We need to make every member part of the team. And we did that in 2003 when we sent talking points out to every facility, and the press coverage was phenomenal. We had a national campaign done purely by local reps because they had the tools they needed and gave the same message. It's extremely effective to have a local rep talk about issues at a local airport. It is far more effective than having some union boss from Washington, D.C. talk about those same issues. It develops that connection. And that is true of legislative relationships as well. Paul tells a great story. Because that's exactly how legislative relationships are built. By people who live in the community, dealing with their member of Congress. And we have to encourage and foster that even more than we have. We've been successful in that arena. But we started to get a little too comfortable. Where people are going to fundraisers instead of town hall meetings. We need to make sure that our grassroots program is truly grassroots. And not our legislative activists being told, go to this fundraiser, that fundraiser. But once again, given the tools that they need to build those relationships. We have a lot of talent in our workforce. We have a lot of talent in our membership that if you tell them what to do and how to do it, they'll be all over it. But they don't know how. There is a wealth of people waiting to do more. And if I'm elected president, I'm going to ask you to do more. I'm going to ask every single member to do more. I'm going to ask every fact rep to do more. I'm going to ask every elected officer in this union to do more. That might not win a lot of votes, knowing that I'm going to want you to work harder. But I will give you the tools you need to be effective. People want to be part of success. Our members want to do something to improve their situation. We need to give them the tools to do that. And not confine it to a select group that's on a listserv, or the people that are in the inner circle. We need to throw the doors open wide so that every member can walk through it. And that's what I will ask of each and every member, of each and every rep, to step up. They want to. The only reason we are not having more going on in the field is because it either hasn't been asked or the tools haven't been provided. We have a bright future, a very bright future ahead. We have tremendous opportunities for this profession and for this union. And I believe I have the skills to deliver those tools so that you can be part of that successful future. This team is not about two candidates. I'm not running on a team, and you all know that. This team is about our union. This team is about all of us working together towards the same goal and with the same message. And that only comes when we include and educate down to the dues-paying member.
I want to first thank you guys for giving me the courtesies today. I want to thank Phil, Daryl, Sally, and Christine for setting this up. I want to thank the candidates for giving me a seat and the respect that they've shown me. NACA deserves a strong president. NACA deserves a strong executive vice president. NACA needs two strong individual minds to lead this organization. I am that candidate. I am that leader. The EVP needs to be a leader with ideas, fresh ideas, and goals. The EVP needs to be influential, determined, and in touch with the freshest developmentals and the 25-year veterans. As a fact rep, I am that candidate. I work side by side with my members every day. The EVP cannot be a subordinate, a companion, or a comfort friend. This union deserves more. It requires more. The EVP should not be a figurehead, and this election should not be a popularity contest. successful businessmen often say, you don't start a business with your friends. You don't run a business with your friends. The best organizations have checks and balances.